What is poppin'? To all my bag brigade fam out there. Got 2 minutes. I have no idea who's in the chat. Figured I'd go ahead and do a live stream for the boys. We got about 2 minutes. We got GameStop pulled up on the charts right now. Let's go ahead and pull up SPY. SPY kind of came down slightly off the top. Let's see. Oh, he's a funny guy. Let's see. We got GameStop and you got about 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
And let's go. All right, Chad, 10 seconds. Call out anything and let's have a good time. Let's have a good time, baby. Let's have a good time. All right, well, damn, Walmart's already ripping. Round one. Fight. All right, yeah, Walmart's already up. I mean, we'll see even what the GME does, too. Again, that was another barrage of a lot of negative headlines on that. Or Wall Street just... Yeah, Walmart, bro, that's big for how small it is now. Is that... Okay, I thought they said... I can't tell if... Is that 9 or 7? A 7. Okay, I'm blind. That's it. Walmart. Contracts are up 2. That's a big gain from them, honestly. I don't know if there's ones out of the money. Actually, there is. Oh, but those are weeklies. All right. Why is Baidu clapped? Because Wall Street hates us. It was a great earnings. They beat, but I think people are saying it was the slowest growth rate. But again, the guidance should have accounted for that. I think
Jimmy's trying to pop. Jimmy's trying to pop. Whoever's watching right now, I hope you got this on the screen. Let me turn down Josh real quick, man. Need that. SME making fresh highs. GME, AMC. Let's get it, fam. Bam, bam. Where we at with old Acme? Look exactly the same. MG&I is popping. I called this one out yesterday. I don't know if anybody took the plays, but the options are not horrible. I don't think MGM&I has had a good run in probably 3 years. I take that back. It's been getting slapped, though. All right, we'll go back to everybody's favorite. Oh, it's coming down now. Let me go ahead and redo this real quick. What does that shit?
I mean, we might be able to start talking $50 stock. Hopefully. GME still diving. Baidu still diving. Now Baidu is about where it was priced in, but I don't know. Did the puts actually go up? Yeah, the puts went up 100 on there. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Tesla, they're down 142 or 10. And then 3M, the dividend, I was looking at my portfolio. It lowered. It before it wasn't showing it, but it should now all be fully factored into your yearly income. TTD, oh, I forgot about those. MG&I too. MG&I just gapped up. That one kind of sucks because it's kind of tied to the whole meme thing just by being a small cap. Tesla lawsuit over autopilot. MMM, they're doing great. Oh, UNH is healthcare, and then watch banks too. There is a JP Morgan conference. Whirlpool yielding 7.5 now. Walmart going up, going for the continuation. Oh, I forgot. Oil and gold. Let's see where we got. Oil is actually straight up from 78. Oil's up 1.5. No shit. And then gold is down. Actually, it's crazy because this is like the higher end. Remember that price yesterday? We were looking at 23.60 on gold. But gold is coming down a little bit. Uber. Oh, and then that thing with Uber, the Costco shit is legit, bro. So like the whole idea with the Costco thing there is that they're like going to help deliver groceries from Costco. So that's why Cart got clapped yesterday. They just sold the CO, hopefully with a good gain or minimize the L. Either way, man, oil is a wicked one. Wiki. MG&A fly. Yeah, bro, it sucks. I wanted to make a play on that, but I didn't think it would gap up 10. So it just held up. Even TTD is running too. Yeah, MG&I is already breaking out. Roll over after OPEX. Yeah, he's in. I don't know if where the commodities are, but I know the bond ones, they expire in like 2 weeks. So we do have a rollover. Again, that June, we are going to get a rollover. Amazon on the high. LiDAR too. That one was moving. NASDAQ just went green. Pinduoduo breaking out. Pinduoduo really breaking out. What the hell? Yo, big pop, Pinduoduo. I don't know if it's news because it's early. So this could just be an early morning one, but that just literally popped up $1.20. No headline yet. Yeah, MG&I just straight up. Scammed on the Deer puts. I remember I was saying that yesterday. But then again, Deer moved 5, but that's like how it always moves. So I don't know. But then again, there's a lot of scams out there. I don't think you had an earnings hit, even Baidu. I'm kind of disappointed on that one. I think it might come back. I don't know about today, but there is a chance because all these China names are running. But yeah, I don't think we even had too big of moves out of any. Walmart was the biggest. I think Walmart actually paid a couple 100%. MPW, where is they at? Where are they at? Oh yeah, MPW just kind of flushed. 5 now it's getting there. Remember, like 513-ish. So we'll see even 530. But you are dropping now. GME down 17. AMC as well. And then Boeing is on the high. SPY, first 5, or not first 5. What's it called? Faraday. And then MG&I's up 15 right now, man. That's insane. FFIE, another night. Dude, that's crazy. 30%. Again, I think $1 is going to be a very interesting psychological price on that. The 3M dividend cut, I mean, I don't think it's that bad because we get the healthcare company still too, and you still get paid a
Wayfair, finding your style is fun.
Grab any chair. Doesn't matter if it's your outdoor style or not.
Received. It's not like, again, the stock has only gone up since then and from the spinoff. But, you know, for me, I just want to give it a little bit of time, though. If I'm like, okay, let's grab some more. Because right now it's yielding like 2.7. So I do think there's some other better names you could grab. Yeah, FFIE. And then again, MG&I. Baba's going nuts here. So Baba's even waking up. Baidu still clapped even after the good earnings. But it's kind of moving. Remember, before pre-market, it was break even. So literally, this shit did nothing. And they just...
Had a request on where the bottom may be for GME, and I'm gonna say your first level is gonna be right around here. So 31.23. After that. $26.50. So let me go ahead and screenshot this, pass it to the Discord. Oh, what did I say it was? 31.23. $26.50. Yeah. All right, I will be back in just a moment.
Taco. They're up 3. Honestly, I don't know, man. From the bottom, you know, they're kind of in between 2020 level back to a, 2015, 2016 price level with cheap food. Yeah, San Diego childhood survival. Nah, man. I don't know. That could be. It's already up 3, but you never know. Intel popping right now. Yeah, AMD too. You never had Del Taco or Jack in a Box? Wow. Jack in a Box is like good and awful at the same time, but I definitely think it's well worth it. MPW worth the hold, 172 at 526. I mean, it really depends on your intention, right? I mean, that price is a little better than not. It has been lower, but like if you're looking for a flip, I mean, the momentum is going to be driven by either a headline or literally hype. Otherwise, for like the long term, you just got, if you're down to hold it for 10 years, I would keep it a smaller amount because it's distressed. Other than that, it's decent, but there is some better options out there. Baba's still ripping. China, again, SPY still in the opening candle. AMD's going up there too. You just had NVIDIA. SMCI, Target's going up too. Literally, Target's rocketing off the Walmart sympathy. Oh, yeah, Target benefited way more. That's kind of crazy because, again, they have earnings coming up. And then Baidu staying chilled while Baba's ripping. JD even came down. Pinduo already gave up. Only Baba's moving. That's kind of weird. And Costco on the high. TJX. Uber. Disney. Ain't doing anything. Man, Philip Morris 52-week high. Bro, these tobacco plays kind of nuts. Pfizer's already flipping down. Baba and Intel and AMD still going. You lived on the Jack in the Box tacos. No, I feel you, bro. That and the junior bacon cheeseburger. $2. That was a solid meal. You could live off of it. You get 1 junior bacon, 2 tacos, and you ask for 4 ranch. You were living like a king. I'm telling you, you were living like a king. That in the ranch they got some good ranch at Jack in the Box. I still would argue they got the best ranch in the game. I don't know. 4 ranch, yeah. I'm very specific, sir. Dude, Baba's still running. Again, remember 84 and then 87 we get excited on Baba for the breakout zone. MO. Yeah, dude, that's crazy though. MO is great. Even with the divvies now. But I just hope it holds. Butter Ranch. Yeah, I think that is in like Buttermilk Ranch. It's just different, man. It's different. Boeing is still a going. And then Spy came down here. Actually, Boeing 2 candles and MG&I, man. That just took off, bro. But that one's still holding up. Yeah, 3M's doing great, actually. Again, I think they're up like 1.92% almost. I got out of the MO. If you have those MOs, you're caking. Bro, we got those at like what, 17 cents? And they expire tomorrow. So if you held that MO contract that we had from 2 weeks ago, I mean, they're worth what? They're worth $1. You're just under 1,000% on them. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of mad we should have grabbed Target. Because it makes sense. I mean, Walmart did very, very good. Especially with people kind of being on and off about the consumer. That Walmart earnings reflected very, very well. So it kind of makes a lot of sense why Target is just gassing up right there. That's 3%. That's pretty big. That's half of their probably expected move. I think Target moves like 7 to 9. Cart coming up. Remember, they got smashed off of that Uber Costco thing yesterday. Boeing still getting decent candles. 3M breaking out now. So 3M is doing really good. 2%. I guess that's a 52-week high. What would that be pre-split now that I think about it? I want to say this is like what? This would be like 120 on the stock? No? Or like 119 or something? But yeah, that's a 52-week high on 3M. They're doing really good. NVIDIA, ARM on the high. Again, Intel. ARM kind of popping back to 116. Intel still holding up. Where's Marvel? It already went to. Damn. So I got to tell it, the pop, it's going to have the pop, but the question is, do you get big pop with follow-through, or does this all just fade tomorrow? And we still have a tomorrow in play. It will be Friday. Baidu. Yeah, so Baidu not really moving there. The other China names came up. Baba chilled out on that. SMCI breaking out. Yeah, MPW, they are fully clapped now. It's below where we made the first play. But all of the memes, sadly. I don't know. I think, what was the other one? FFIE. This is literally the only short squeeze name that really held. I think even JetBlue didn't go down as much, but a lot of things are back to that Monday level. Hood pop in. Marvel's going too. That was on the watch list. Hood actually, great call out. That's curling up there. Couple big candles on Robinhood. I'd keep watch on that one. Hood, Roblo. NVIDIA really breaking out. DLTR and then more Robinhood. Roblo getting a pop as well too. Toast on the high. Get the values. Coin 2. Yeah, Robinhood's is that $19, man? Wasn't that just at 11? It says, there's an article. Was that 609? That was earlier. GameStop and AMC frenzy dies down. Why Robinhood may be the last meme standing. Barron's. So this was in the morning. There's a whole article. They say Robinhood will be the last one. They said they made bank trading the meme stocks. Oh, I'm sure. 4 billion net deposits on Robinhood for April. Is that as a result? That sounds like a lot as a result of the GME stuff. That'd be crazy. I don't. Troy just called it out right there. It's moving, and then I see that as a headline, but it seems like Barron's, Wall Street, seems like people are trying to differentiate like Robinhood from the meme stock.
Hood pop. GameStop, AMC are getting a little trouble. Barron's just released a report saying that AMC and GME are fizzling, while Robinhood may be the last meme standing on this run. I don't know how accurate that may be. I mean, I don't really care about much what Barron's has to say anyway. Oh, man. Good morning. Happy Thursday. GameStop is going to try to test this 31. What level did I say it was? I'll pull it up right here, but basically 31.23 is going to be a line in the sand, and after that you're going to have about this 26.50 level. So whatever you want to make of that. AMC Hood's doing decently, I guess. I mean, What do we got in the news today? Walmart earnings beat as discounter wins over more high-income shoppers. E-commerce sales jump. Some data in the market moving CPI report was released early by the Labor Department. Okay. What does that mean? Under Armour is laying off workers. As retailer says, North America sales will plunge this year. Wayfair to open its first large store as physical locations make a comeback. You got Warren Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway reveals Insured Chubb as confidential stock it's been buying. Slovakia Prime Minister in stable but very serious conditions after assassination attempt. Oh, what? Average consumer carries $6,218 in credit card debt. Delinquencies rise. Putin heaps praise on Xi during visit. Russia says forces advancing in all directions in Ukraine. Watch commodities on that one. Biden asserts executive privilege in Robert Hur's classified document probe. Wow, lots of headlines. We got the 10-year yield at 4.37. GameStop's down 18%. Walmart's up 6%. Chubb's is the Berkshire Hathaway thing we just talked about. They're up 4.5%. You got Dollar Tree up 3.5%. Baidu down 4%. Yeah, interesting. Busy day today. To-do list. Don't sell it. All right. We'll put Josh back on for a second, guys.
A remix, I think. I think we made a nice little remix. Mulan. And Tesla kind of chilled out. They were being an underperformer there in the morning. CB. Texas Roadhouse, Mulan, Riley on the low. It's weird. The high-low ticker, you got more to the lows, but SPY is just still hugging this high right now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Too early. Too early. Too early. Too early. That was a good one, man. It's all still stuck in our heads, man. Is it Marvel just a trade or LT worthy? I mean, for now, I'd say a trade, but I mean, if you could get it at a good price, but Marvel's up there. That's it's not a cheap name. You're definitely paying a premium for a winner, but at the same time, they're not winning at the same degree as some of the other people in the space. TLT off the bottom. It's either gonna rocket back up for the day or maybe it just stumbles around. But I was surprised how much the bonds are up in the morning. And then once again, bro, the cash open versus the pre-market, whether it's equities or stocks on some of these, kind of nuts. NVIDIA coming down by do a move. Bro, 3M is insane. So, again, I think pre-split price, but pre-spin-off, that's a high price for 3M. It's getting back to where it started at 2023. NEO, I'm not a big fan of NEO. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of like EV investments, and then you throw in the China one. I've always told you guys BYD, that the Yang Wang go hard, but I don't know about investing in them. It's kind of risky. SN, CNBC, Kramer, POS comments. Point of sale or piece of shit? Could be that could be either or. SN, Shark Ninja. Oh, positive comments. Oh, I was like point of sale, or piece of shit. Positive. Hey man, I'm glad I clarified. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm glad I clarified. Yeah, remember they're a buyout candidate, but then anybody who tried to buy them, they just that's it. If you had to go all in, what stock? Which one would you buy? Damn, it's still happening. I think I saw it on TikTok. I think it's in. Are you in LA? Because like they be going around, they be putting a gun. They like, you can only buy one stock, and they put a gun in your head, and they're like, you can only buy one. They're like, I don't want your money. This is a stick up, but you can only buy one. Yo, watch out, man. I heard about that. That's big. Like, fuck diversification right now. If you buy anything more than one. So, I'm a big fan of diversification. I get this question a lot, so I hope my joke doesn't. I'm not like, hopefully we're cool. I don't mean to like throw shade in that sense. But you don't have to buy just one stock. And I really think, a nice little balance can go a long, long way. Honestly, man, I had some Chad who asked the question, bro. You unlocked a long-term rant on the watch list. But even then, man, what's it called? Lending Tips sent me a video of Dave Portnoy complaining and saying how the market is rigged and they rig it against the little guys. And, like, think about what I was just telling you guys yesterday, bro.
GME popping off the bottom. GME popping off the bottom. Y'all seeing this? What is AMC doing? They literally move in sync, so hold them if you got them.
Short squeeze meme stock that is held. GameStop, AMC, MPW, JetBlue, NVAX, they are all back to Monday levels. This thing is up probably 1,000% still. I don't know. I call it something, man. You kept calling it Fairlife. But yeah, man. So short-term money is Wall Street got a monopoly on that. And doesn't mean you can't get your licks in, but at the same time, for real, long term. And dude, I love it. If y'all came to me 3-4 years ago making 24 grand a year, 30 grand a year, and you actually save, at the very least, you got a bag right now. You have 20K sitting in the long term. And that is where I'm saying, let that work over time. And you see it'll build something. Unfortunately, it's not going to be fast, but, you would be surprised what you could create in 10 years. As always, we overestimate what we could do in 1 or 2 and underestimate the 10. I bet they reshorted all the memes. They probably did. I mean, I told you yesterday, it is halted, FFIE. So it was funny because I was like, Wall Street was trying to say Wall Street is better prepared. So there was reports yesterday, and again, it's all just people on Wall Street saying it, like analysts and these banks, and they're saying that, one, exposure to short interest on these stocks is not as high as last time. And they're saying most hedge funds right now, they don't have the same, they don't have the same energy of it. It's just not, you don't have that many people shorting it. And then they're saying that Wall Street learned, and this time around, people aren't waiting around to see what happens. They already covered or did this and that. Kitty tweet. Where we at? Mom, the kitty tweeted. Kitty desperation. Oh.
All right, we got supposedly a tweet from our buddy Roaring Kitty. Let's see what we got. All right, let me pull this up. Sheesh.
So that's a can.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Are you watching closely?
This is Roaring Kitty's latest tweet.
Play a game.
Are you watching closely? So that's a Kansas City shuffle.
No. It's just the inciting incident. The catalyst. This is a Kansas City shuffle.
I made you look.
Hello.
Oh, that was a good one. Got him. These cryptic tweets, I tell you what, guys, this shit is wild. It really is. GameStop had a little pop off the bottom there. So did AMC. It looks like FFIE, Faraday Futures Intelligence Electric. Don't even know who they are, but they were definitely popping. They are halted. This is the first day this week that GameStop or AMC have not been halted yet on the open. All right.
real estate, but in the sense this is like it's a loose link to home builders, and that's what I mean by that. So you gotta it's up there. The price is still kind of high, I think, in the long term. No, well, it's came down, but yeah, I mean, you're starting to hit bargain bin. If you could, you got to think where your portfolio's at. I mean, it's a different type of exposure. You know, it's goods, and like I'm saying, it's tied to real estate. So it's not bad though. If it's yielding 7.3, you just got to make. I haven't looked into it enough, but you got to make sure that dividends is like the dividend is actually like stable, and that the payout rate, like, because again, a lot of these names lately, even if they're big, I mean, we're living in the era of dividend cuts. So you do have to factor that in. Kansas City Shuffle, bait and switch. If he goes to if it's the FF5E, man, that's the only one that's up. Fox, ESPN, WBD streaming JV on track to launch this fall. FFIE unhalted. The bad weekly jobs data. It wasn't as bad as last time, so people kind of didn't give it the same love. Yeah, Boeing's insane. Yeah, no, they're doing an investigation on the BLS. They already reported it. I could read you guys the article. I have a whole thing on it. It's crazy, though. I'm kind of mad. I'm so mad I didn't do, like, that's it. Like, that's like an OG, like, nerdy computer thing. So, like, if you clicked on it, you wouldn't have found it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you went to the BLS website and clicked on it, because I clicked on it early and it didn't show up, but if you just changed the URL, you know what I'm saying? Or if you went to, like, inspect source and found, like, you could have found it. And that's insane. And so they're saying for 30 minutes, but they're like, we don't even know what the effect was because the market was pretty muted. Yeah, I would type in the URL every time now, just in case. Who knows? I mean, why? Dude, that's the second time this year. When was the last time you ever heard of any suspected leaks? You know, again, like, it's maybe we didn't care in the past before, but, dude, that's wild. Like, it was there for 30 minutes. Let me see. Let me see if I can have Josh AI do this for you. You know, he's a good guy. Advanced Micro replaces NVIDIA on Wolf Alpha? No way. That could be big. I don't think Wolf's that crazy, but just in the sense of someone they're switching NVIDIA to AMD. So Leak Boys got it right. Well, it was leaked 30 minutes prior, so pretty much at 5 a.m. it was on the website, but it shouldn't be. So based on their, like, protocol, they're not supposed to like upload it. It's supposed to be uploaded right then and there, but somebody uploaded it early for whatever the reason. I mean, maybe that's why the Fed futures were up, now that I think about it. Remember I was telling you guys that? Because I wanted to go for the Zaza, but even before the release, they were already up like a third of a basis point. Or 0.3, 0.03. I made you look. Lil Raul, yup. You're right into the low. Remember, this whole, like, look at just the chart. We're just hugging the morning level, like, or even, like, just this high. So we're barely outside of the range, but we are starting to come down. Again, it's like, what, 513? The ZQ hit. It was up 6, but it got decent gains. Yeah, it still worked because of, the data, but it was up. Oh, yeah, Fed barking. Services in particular still feel they could raise prices. Latest retail sales number points to good but not great consumer spending. MO still going. Oh, he's on CNBC. Right? That's where it says he's scheduled to talk. And then 5307.
You need to.
Yeah.
And you could always come up with some more supply stories, some supply side stories that would help you. But I do think we're going to have to take the edge off demand. Not we, but the edge we're going to have to come off demand a little bit more to have inflation back at target. But we'll see. That's when I say that customers and competitors are going to need to teach people that they don't have pricing power. That's
So
what I'm
yesterday's number, the big goose egg on retail sales, was good news in that bad news.
Well, again, look at the 3-month numbers, not the 0 numbers. The
Right.
3-month numbers
Fair
are
enough.
2.7%, and you don't have that much inflation on goods. So it's a couple percentage points of growth. It's not terrible.
There was bad
I wonder how
Boeing
you would
news.
fold in labor
surprised
market
it went up.
clues lately, the hiring rate, the quit
If there was
rate,
any news on Boeing, it was
you miss
negative.
expectations, the return to office demands we're seeing. Wouldn't that prod consumers to have more fortitude in pushing back on prices?
Well, the hiring numbers, the overall number on the labor market, to me, it's normalizing, and that's good. And we saw some really big numbers back in December, January, February, but we think we've come off of that. You've got unemployment, 3.9 maybe edging up. You've got initial jobless claims we saw this morning, not low by historic things, but maybe edging up. I think you're seeing a normalizing labor market with the exception of skilled trades. So I still hear, nurses, construction, those are places where it's still quite tight. But the big breadth of the labor market, I think, is normalizing. And again, that takes a little bit of the edge off.
You mentioned the services side of things, and there's this sort of equivalence of services inflation is basically wages, as you allude to. I just wonder if there's a way around that in terms of how much the labor market might have to soften or wage growth decelerate to get that part of the inflation story into line.
Well, services has a lot to do with wages, but there's a lot of catch-up going on right now in the services too. Look at car insurance or auto insurance or health insurance. 3 categories where, the costs have come up, it hadn't been fully passed through, and now they're being passed through. That's certainly part of the services story too. And then I think you've got the travel part, which I guess you could say wages matter a lot in travel, but I think that's a lot more a demand story. And on the air side, even a supply story, because you've got some of the Boeing stuff being a little bit later to come online. And so I still think there's just a lot of movement on the services side, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I do believe we're on the right path here. I do believe inflation's coming down on the big picture. My point is only, more of to get to 2% sustainably in the right kind of way. I just think it's going to take a little bit more time.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, do you feel like financial conditions are doing the job here? I ask this because we did a piece earlier this week about how there's been kind of a decoupling of
you better
the way
watch
that
your speakers.
Typically when you
I was taking a piss.
and,
I used my
banks pull
moment,
back
but
on
you
their
better
lending
watch out,
standards,
bro.
you see a decline in GDP.
Ladies
we've
and
seen
gentlemen,
that
boys and
very
girls.
predictably over the past 30 years.
Bradley
That
Frizzle in
hasn't
the
been the
peach.
case more recently.
Or not.
Cheap debt. They didn't need to go out to.
Well, let
to
me.
buy
I
more.
will.
And
We'll
I'm
begin
curious
negotiations. I don't know if you have time, sir.
Decoupling will
but after
persist.
this barking, I do have an
and
offer
what that
for you.
means for the
I got a big offer for you.
Well,
I don't know.
I just want to support.
Don't worry,
what
you
said
got
in
time
terms
though.
of,
If you don't have time, I know
interest rates not
you
having
a
the
working
full effect
man.
on the economy
You know,
as
I know you
quickly
got
as
other
would
constituents
think.
to tend to.
Mortgages, 92% fixed rate. Huge percentage of that below 4%. And so none of those people had the kind of impact on interest that you would think they would have had if you take yourself back to
Bird,
06
you
and
got the
07. So
triathlon?
there are definitely differences
Hey, man,
in the economy.
prayers
and that
out
means
to
a
Berg, bro.
slower
Good luck.
Pass through, but
We
there
rooting
is a
for you,
pass through.
man.
I mean,
I hope
you
you
don't,
got
you've
water
got,
and
I'm sure, a
carbs.
bunch of real estate professionals on here who will tell you there is a pass through. Bankers will tell you there is a pass through. So interest sensitive sectors, are getting hit. I think the real question is, for how long do you have to keep rates where they are to get the kind of impact you want to get? There is this debate going on around what the neutral rate might be or might not be. You could certainly make a case in a lot of places that it's come up a bit. I think even the highest models, we've got one in the Richmond Fed, are still significantly below where we sit today. So I'm still inclined to believe we're at a restrictive level. It'll just take some time.
Bouncing exactly off of what Leslie was just talking about, Stan Druckenmiller had an interesting critique of the Fed, which was that it was the talk about cuts in December and a loosening of financial conditions that went along with that has led to more inflation and really the reversal that we saw in the first part of the year. I don't want to ask, does the Fed talk too much? I do want to ask the question of whether or not the outlook for potential rate cuts that came from the Federal Reserve is part of the reason why we saw a pickup in inflation in the first part of the year.
I think it's really hard to say that interest rates move have impact very slowly, and then also say interest rates have impact very quickly. And so I'm not sure I'm there on that.
That's a good tag, Tom. You got us on that one. Yeah,
no,
I guess so.
But I think
what is that? SPY?
The inflation
SPY
story
printing the
is
high ticker?
much longer term.
2-week high, man. That's crazy.
What happened to the market?
Oh, there
and
it
you
is.
can
Now
make
it's
the
showing
case
up on
that
TV. And gold breaking out.
Activity on the mortgage side.
Is that
in
gold?
January
And then
mortgage
I
rates
think let me
came
double
down.
check.
I think that's
McDonald's
true.
going, though.
But I don't think that's what's driving house prices. I think what's actually happening is it got to January. That's when people raise prices. A lot of people ask themselves the question, am I going to do the normal thing?
not hitting a high yet, though, ironically. So SPY, think about your PM.
SPY's popping, AMC's moving, GME's moving, everything's kind of moving here. What do we got? I just got an alert on potential short for AMD. Yep.
Coming back up to open.
You hear that in housing. You hear
and then again,
that in
SPY still at the high. SPY doing better
That's
than
not
tech,
how
but
it's
watch
always
if tech
been. If you go back to 08,
can
we were
lift
not
up.
short
Remember,
construction
yesterday you
workers.
just
We
had
a
the
lot, but we are
chips.
still short construction workers. It has to be the case that that's also being driven by the fact that we're investing a lot in
Baba's
infrastructure.
still holding up.
Right? We're taking up some of those construction workers.
J&J.
AI is playing a piece too. I mean, data centers are everywhere, but there are these, I'll call it, exogenous
to
impulses
accelerate
that are
AI
causing an increase in demand. In this case, for
innovation with
construction workers,
NVIDIA
that's also
software.
part of what's happening there. So I don't think it's irrelevant, but I mean,
what about the projection though?
I think you have to
SPY
figure out
still
where it
going
goes.
up.
I mean, I'm
KWeb,
not sure I
China
could tell you
names
what the budget
broadly are
situation is
going
gonna
up.
be
I don't know if it's just Baba. PayX.
I don't know how to project.
Tom, we're going to let you go. But
Yo,
Leslie, you didn't want to
PayX,
harangue him
decent
about
pop.
childcare costs and what?
Not too crazy. And then again,
Well,
bonds
I was
taking a
asking
lift.
Steve before we got on the set here. My kid's childcare has gone up 34% in 3 years. We just did that math because we now have an apples-to-apples comparison of the exact same class at the exact same school. And I was wondering, how much of that is a part of the CPI number as well?
Well, you're talking services. Childcare is just a great example. Now, that is one of the labor-driven services. And what's happened, I think there's a whole bunch of these care
5 years ago
industries
when you
out
left
there,
your mic
elder
on,
care, childcare,
you can hear the
nursing,
echo of your
where
stream. Our boys
a
Will
lot of
Hyken.
people in those services, we've
Are you
said
talking
for
about my
years,
piss?
have been underpaid versus their contribution to society. And when the
Good
market
morning,
for labor
baby.
got hot,
Good to
a
see
lot
you,
of people
babe.
found other things
Good
to
to
do.
see you.
And so that's a very distressed market. It's one of the few parts of the jobs market
remember
that
that.
continues to be very strong because
funny,
we got
bro.
so
That's
far
funny.
behind during COVID. But what you're seeing is very explicitly
leave it unmuted
the
if you
impact
want.
of
I don't know, man.
less supply of labor at a
pay
time where
extra,
demand is still quite strong.
Yeah, no, we saw that. I mean, during the pandemic, it was so much turnover and very kind of unstable from a teaching standpoint, who was going to be in the classroom each day. Now it's much more stable, just much more expensive.
Just to be the economic wonk about this, what would happen to the female labor supply, especially female labor supply, if we didn't raise prices in childcare, attract people in to do the childcare that would otherwise have not allowed females to come back into the workforce, especially females?
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing all-time records for women in the workforce. Interestingly, it's at the top for women with kids under 5. And that's shocking given what you hear on the child care thing. Two things that are, useful to talk about. One is the role of hybrid or remote work that may either be letting people work more or giving people a mindset that they can make it work. The other piece is that participation for women 65 and up is dropped significantly. And I hear lots of stories in my generation of grandmothers taking care of the kids.
Fascinating. Well, Tom, Steve, really appreciate you both being here today. This was a great, well-rounded conversation. Really appreciate your time.
Glad to be here.
CME.
As we head to break,
Remember,
here's our
they said
roadmap
they're
for
gonna
the
offer
rest of the
Bitcoin
hour.
trading.
Netflix scoring a touchdown
right, that was Thomas
with the
Barkin.
NFL, planning to air
That was
games
fed,
this
homie.
Christmas and making the
I don't think he
NFL
really
the
said it.
first.
Surprisingly, Bonds got a bid. I mean, you can't argue he had kind of a dovish tone market was able to go there, but bonds less of a reaction, and SPY. And today is different. Remember yesterday, chips. Remember I kept saying chip, 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 chip. All the chips were leading up the NASDAQ and tech, but now today it is more value. Dow Jones all-time high as well. So it is your boy like sitting back a little bit. All right. Let's see our daily movers. Dow Jones, 19 green, 11 in the red. Not bad. NASDAQ 100, 51 green, 50 red. So literally NASDAQ 50-50, Habibi. Yallah. And then SPY 277 green, 225 red. So it is 50-50. I mean, so a lot of other things can do it and go back and forth with it. Hear me out, FFIE. Hey, man, y'all know the vibe, bro. It's been the same thing with Monday, like we've said on all of these. I think if you want to play the game of musical chairs, do it. And like you see it, like, you know, I got to make my $200 play on MPW, and I got a leap, you know, just in case it did anything. But you already see, like, the range on this. So if you want to play, you got to decide. I mean, the only good thing now is some of these names are all red. But if you want to go for the one that's green, I mean, you're just going to have 100% risk. And what I mean by that is not that, like, you're going to lose, but I do mean, like, the range is $1 to 10 cents. So you're going to, if you're down with it, I mean, you got to see. And like we talked about yesterday, you know, you kind of see all the hype and momentum. I'm glad I didn't get sucked into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I kept it really small, had some, but we didn't. We could wait, and you don't have to really chase. But if you feel the need and want to play the game, I just make sure it's balanced and you know, don't go too crazy, fall in love, and the long term will prevail. Don't use haram money, Habibi. All right, Bradley Frizzle. Are you ready? Are you ready for your offer? My offer to the Speaker of the Peach. We pump it up. Now, since 5,300 is already passed, unfortunately, we will have to pump it up at 5,400. I did offer a continuing resolution of Timmy Turner. I hope that could be appreciated to show I'm negotiating in good faith. It wasn't pump it up, but we will have to start at 5,400. Every 100, I will give you pump it up, but then I hold the right to also do Timmy Turner. And then Chad has to still be quizzed. However, I will accept a one week ban. And then I figured yesterday it clicked for me because, you know I like Sewell. He always in the game, bro. And that's why I trusted him with the ball. I passed it to him, you know, for the quiz, and then he let.
SPY is ripping here. It's at 430.62. The overnight high was 430.83. So 430.83 is a line in the sand for SPY, but this would be on an open market where this is a new high for us on an open market. And well, I guess that short play on I got Josh yelling in my ear right now. Yeah, AMD, that short play looks like it didn't really pan out. I'll go ahead and take that off the screen. I'll keep it on watch. What's TLT doing? Okay, those are the bonds. And excuse me. Fuck. GameStop trying to hold VWAP. AMC pinned at VWAP. SPY's ripping. TLT's at VWAP. I don't know. What's it gonna take? Are we gonna get another move on GME? AMC? Ha baby. Okay.
There's a good Pinduo. It was already running and then came down earlier. But China, Pinduo big candles actually. So watch out. Google's moving up. But literally, China K-Web is running. There's a lot of names lagging there. There you go. Baidu's starting to pick up. But, like, you need everything to go. Too early. Too early. And then SPY's still rocketing. Again, NASDAQ. NASDAQ is coming up, though. So remember, I was just telling you guys, it is the tech stocks were lagging. So if that starts to change, there you go. I'm still holding Vanning, yeah. We wait till tomorrow. Oh, man. They added more contracts. They waited till today. I'm surprised they didn't do it after Tuesday. Baba. Yeah, China names going crazy right now. But that's why I was like, don't fall for it if they all don't run. But, like, low-key, Baidu's getting into it. JD, again, Pinduoduo, bottom right. Costco. Oh, Baba, is this back to that high? Too early. Too early. And then gold 23.77. I don't know. I don't know what price we'd go for. I can't. That gold move yesterday was nuts. Again, Pinduoduo running. So keep an eye on those China names. UNH now too. Hold up. Decent pop on some of the healthcare names. NG numbers incoming. China catching a bit off 13F. You want to add into China at the highs. I think it just depends which ones. But like Baidu's lower. I wouldn't touch Baba. I wouldn't touch Pinduoduo. Actually, I don't know if Pinduoduo came, but that's still kind of high. And then JD. I think Tencent's good. Tencent, Baidu are lower. I mean, Pinduoduo is just, it's decent, but they did have the early run. What's up with Vanny? I have no idea. I'm unfortunate. I'm in Vanny blackout mode now. I'm not allowed to talk about it for the next 48 hours. So you'd have to go to the watch list, unfortunately. But good luck to everybody on it. I think we have set our piece, and it's there. It's waiting for you. I've worked to give you the content if you really desire it, but I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore. I wouldn't touch anything China related. Literally, Putin and Xi are hanging out right now. You know that is true. Xi Jinping is meeting Putin. Again, he made his first trip to like Europe in a while, and then he's gonna go see his homie. It is. So it's kind of funny. Okay, there's Baidunius on the high. All the China names, bro. I don't know, man. If we get an 87 on Baba, I'm with it. Bristol, new 4-year results from Poti, PSO of Sotkyu, treatment of adult patients with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Yeah, bro. China names have came up a lot. It's just that it's kind of weird because both, like, things have changed and they really haven't. It's just kind of weird when they start picking up and responding. But they still, like, again, China could still have a whole nother element of collapse, and they could still have this opportunity where this was the bottom. But it's really hard to say. I'm leaning more towards there's still more downside in China, but I do think we have gotten almost as pessimistic as possible. So we'll see. The Chinese stocks move in our market a little bit, but you know the last couple of years have showed us not really. They already died. You know, there was a time like when Baba and Baidu were really expensive. They had a bigger weighting on how they move things, but nah.
Okay, we got another Hello Kitty Ripper, or sorry, not Ripper, tweet. Let me go ahead and play that real quick for everybody. Bring this down here. What the heck? Okay. Hello Kitty, Roaring Kitty, whatever you want to call yourself. We're done. We out here.
It could return. And again, they're going through a deflationary spiral, a real estate collapse, a generation collapse. Like they don't have. There's a lot of bad things in China right now. So, and I think it's reflected ultimately in the value. But if this is the recovery, I can't say that. So I take my China plays embracing a ton of risk, and I think you have to, sadly. U.S. natural gas storage 70 billion versus 79 previous estimate 77. Yo, Tesla, are kind of a decent one. Roaring Kitty, and then Nat gas numbers just came out. I don't know if we're gonna get a move across the board. Rewind. Nas, what do I put in my eggs? I don't know. Bernays. I like Bernays on everything. I don't know. So you can make an eggs Benedict. You can make a nice steak. That's my take on that. All right, Baidu is about to get to break even on the day, or 0.69. It's good though, but they just wanted to kill everybody's premium. Feels like China's trying to avoid a lost generation. Well, I mean, I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about with China as we get into those economic lessons, because it's a competing goals. I think they want to protect certain economic things and the generation, but then they are also trying to hold on to a certain way of governing, and they have objectives. Again, China tries to go for the unholy trinity, right? China is one of the countries that tries to violate the unholy trinity. They're trying to limit capital flows, but they also want to have things floated and get in everything. And then at the same time, the value of their currency they want to try to control, but you can't do all of those. And they want their autonomy. You say steak. Let's go, baby. Let's go steak from Jake Farb. My man. Good morning, baby. And then AMC on Bear Cave. There could be a Fed person talking. I don't see the headline. But let me check the schedule. Again, there's like 5 today or something like that. AMC, no reaction. Yeah, Fed Harker. Wait, didn't we just get him? Oh, that was, or do we have Barkin? Now it's Fed Harker. bank is public are often to drop subtle clues. The economic impact of higher education and healthcare. I don't know. He might not. Harker may not talk about policy. Because I don't have a headline yet. And then AMC coming down. Again, China names. That last like 10, 15 minutes was all China names running. What time is it? 7:30, only an hour. Google back to earnings highs. They've been doing good since that event.
AMC's coming down to the lows of the day. GameStop's following in its place. It's holding VWAP. Tesla's breaking out. SPY's kind of holding its level right here. If it breaks above the 530.78 level, it might be a good entry for a long. AMC needs to hold $4.80 really, and GameStop needs to hold 31.78 or 31.20 at the lowest. Sheesh.
PayPal starting to go. Boeing, I mean, dude, they literally had bad news today. They said FAA said they violated some agreement. But then again, it's still very low. I mean, last time I shorted Boeing around this price, it was painful. Even if there was several sets of bad news. Oh, man. You might be the only dummy trying to short this uptrend. I don't think you're a dummy, but I don't think you're the only one. It's very enticing, my friend. It's very enticing. I mean, especially every day. I mean, you see it like, we're following a path and not the data, and it's very tempting to react to the data and be like, why are we up? I think we should be up, but not to a certain degree where it gets insane. Yeah, all other indices other than Russell at all-time highs. Dow averages crosses 40,000 for the first time ever. The 30 stock index has more than doubled from pandemic low. The Dow has set 18 record closes in 2024. That's crazy. Again, the Dow, man. So even part of the values here. Kind of insane. CNX. Again, Boeing's still up there. Google and SPY. I mean, you're right near the highs here. NASDAQ did come up, which was good. Pfizer's still hugging that right under 29. MO at 46. Baidu. May was the lowest volume month by far. Yeah, it has been. I mean, again, like I said yesterday, individual names, they got some more volume yesterday, but overall, like SPY ETF volume has been declining heavily and below average. Is the yen? I think the yen thing is because of people are kind of getting worried stagflation. I saw it last night. It was up. I was like, okay, kind of reacting to the GDP, but by the morning, some people are getting worried because the Japanese growth came in a lot lower than expected, and then now they're finally getting inflation. It's kind of funny because they are talking stagflation in Japan just after their first ever move. Have I heard of Chipotle news about them skimping on their portions? No. I talked about something like 6 months ago. There was like kind of like people on the internet getting mad at it. They would just walk out if the scoop wasn't big enough. It's kind of funny. So people would go into Chipotle, and then you'd order it. And then if you see the person scoop not a lot, they would just walk out of the line. And they say, nah, screw this. And they would just leave. So, but that's what I heard like 6 months ago. But I don't, is it news? Is it breaking news? Shocking news. You had people do that to you when you worked there? But like, let me ask you this. If you worked there, would you get in trouble if you hooked the homies up? Like if you were just Mr. Big Scooper? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to give them 2 scoops, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like would you get in trouble if you were the scoop king? They're strict, really? Oh man. All right then. Cause I'm like, come on, just be the homie. But I guess if the feds watching, the Chipotle feds. I'm gonna go to Qdoba now because of the light scoops. Qdoba. What about Kava? Is Kava a good alternative? Data Dog on the high. NEM too.
Supposedly UNG is popping United natural gas. Let's see. I guess, yeah. It's at 18.22. I mean, it bottomed out at like 15.14 earlier this year. So who knows?
Fed Harker does not comment on monetary policy. All right, so we don't need Mr. Harker. Who's next? We have Fed Mester in an hour. She probably is going to say something. And then we have Fed Bostic 10 minutes before the bell. +1 for Kava. People do like Kava, though. Pinduo Duo, bro, that's like its 3rd random fat candle. But that one's at the high there. So watch again. We're still holding up here. Got about you got a good almost just under an hour here till Euro close. So still a lot of moves to be had. And then China, like we said, they were kind of waking up here. MSCI, Tesla's even at the high. Kava sounds trash. It's an interesting name. If kind of like I feel like it sounds like a gas station pill, but I said it, bro. I have walked by this Kava for years, I guess apparently, and I always saw the logo. I thought it was like a smoke shop or some shit. It finally clicked. I was like, oh, but I still didn't go. Because the logo threw me off. The name, it fucked with me. I'm like, I'm not eating. I can't picture that. Detroit sees population growth for the first time since 1957. No way. I mean, let's get that 18 unit now. We're just talking Detroit. Is Kitten done tweeting? Is he? I don't know if he made. I don't even know what the schedule is. There's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like to a degree, we watched a lot of them, but it does kind of get hard to follow. 12 minutes ago, 27. I think he's still on a schedule. He just posted another one. I think there's one 12 minutes ago. Your investors say they're all in, $45,000 a door on a multifamily. You're like, damn, I need to learn that. Yeah, it's good, man. It's super cheap. That's it. Just the areas. That's all. Like, dude, there's some areas the houses are dirt cheap out there, but it's not necessarily, the best areas, and I don't know about the rental, but there's a couple of good ones. Yeah, we ain't talking real estate today. You had called real estate yesterday. A lot. Does that Roaring Kitty post Arabic music? Why do you assume I would know? No, I don't know. I haven't listened to the other one, though. I see it. Unfortunately, in a weird way, I think the tweets have lost their effect. In the sense that even yesterday, like I was telling you, I think it's a step in the process of the first down day. So I do think we're going to have, it just every day, it just, all that matters is how it all plays out, the up days, the down days, and then whether or not it actually just fizzles out and dies or if it gets restarted. People think it's a countdown because the intervals are getting shorter. Well, that's what I'm saying. We need a shift in the story, or we have to just wait days until the next event. Goldman on the high. And then MO came down, but SPY's coming up. Where's JPM? JP Morgan's ripping. Cisco. Dude, Cisco was up a decent amount yesterday. That's crazy. It says down 1. So that's actually nuts. And Baba, Baidu, China name still holding up. NVIDIA, I think, is it Google and Amazon running up? Nah, just Google. Yeah, and Microsoft. Boyle's still moving up. Oh, no. Coin tanked. Yeah, they were up for down 4. I don't know where Bitcoin's at. Bitcoin had a pretty big day yesterday, too. Yeah, so he posted one. It's still 15 minutes, though. Wasn't yesterday 15 minutes? PT Cruiser? I already missed the other one.
It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back. I still believe.
Do I lose my mind? Give me a sign. One more time. He's back. What a bang. It's a banger, bro. Yeah, I know that song. I have sisters. I grew up in that era with sisters. You have no idea.